Good morning, beautiful people. Marie Alessi here. I was so looking forward to talking to you about this topic today because about 1 or 2 weeks ago, I sat there and thought about the comment that is so often made: don't take life for granted. Don't take things for granted in your life. And it brought me back to a memory when I was about 12 years old, so between 12 and close to 18. I was living in a small country town south of Salzburg in Austria. That's where I grew up. I'm originally from Austria. And we had this magnificent, huge waterfall right in the middle of town center. So every day when I would come home from school, I would walk across that waterfall bridge, and sometimes I could feel the mist. And in summertime, that was really beautiful and gorgeous. And in wintertime, it was really freezing. I remember one particular day with minus 26 degrees Celsius walking across that waterfall bridge and freezing. Yet when you looked at it in winter, it was all frozen over and it looked incredibly beautiful. Yet living there for 6 years, I so often crossed the bridge without really taking in the magnificence of it anymore. And we have to be honest here, it's just part of being human that when we see something every single day, we do start taking it for granted. We do start taking our life for granted sometimes, and sometimes even we take our loved ones for granted. And that really brought me to that very topic that I wanted to talk to you about today. And that is to take love for granted. Because love is the one thing that will always be there to support us, to protect us, to lead us, to guide us the way. When we lean into love, when we learn to trust love, love will always win over fear. We can't allow fear to take over our lives. So when I think about the very movement that you are most likely watching this video in, loving life after loss. This is our title, this is our call to action, this is our movement, this is our way of life. This is our whole aim where we want to get to. Loving life after loss. Loss is such an incredible fork in the road when you want to see it from the outside perspective. There is this path that you're walking and you think you know where you're going with this person by your side. And then all of a sudden there's this side turn that you did not expect, that you did often not see coming. And with that in your mind, when you think about that, we often really struggle with the idea of loss, not just because of the pain that we feel due to the physical absence of that person, but because our life, how we thought that we would live it, has completely changed and needs to completely transform. So it comes back to us what choices we make, what that life is going to look like, whether we are going to allow love back into our lives or not. It is all up to us. It is all up to us allowing it, allowing healing, allowing love, allowing happiness and joy back into our lives. And I'm not even talking about intimacy in terms of a romantic love. I'm talking love in general. Who are the people that you allow into your life, that you allow to walk with you, so you feel supported on this journey, so you feel loved on this journey? Because that is the number one thing that we are missing. When one of our loved ones passes, we do miss their love tremendously. Yet it does come to us in a different form. I remember when Rob passed, I felt incredibly guided along my path. I didn't notice it straight away because I was still testing it. I could feel that, doors would open where I would walk, as in I could always feel the direction that I needed to walk in. But I needed to learn to lean into that guidance, to lean into my intuition and everything that was given to me from all around. I was showered with so much love and support, yet it took me a while to allow love back in, to allow people to love and support me, because I subconsciously was so worried about if I was to allow that love in, that would be gone one day too. So it's easier to not lean on anybody, so you don't have to deal with the pain, with the disappointment. And it takes time. It takes time to allow yourself to lean into love again, to lean into that guidance, to lean into that support without stepping into fear. We don't really strive, we don't really heal in a space of fear. We do heal in love when we lean into love, when we allow that in. And the reason why it was so poignant to me to think about when so many people talk about don't take life for granted, I agree with that. Don't take anything in life for granted. But when it comes to love, you can always take love for granted, as in it will always be there. We will always be surrounded by love. Love is like the eternal power source that is all around us. You literally just need to open your eyes. You need to open your heart and mind to love, because it is everywhere. And I want to give that to you for today. Practice it today. Look around you right now, wherever you're watching this from, and see where you can feel love around you, feel love in the room. That might be literally in the source of some beautiful memories hanging around, in a photo, in a picture, in a painting, in a canvas. That might be a friend coming over, having tea with you. That might be a smile from a checkout chick. There is love everywhere. It's in our friends, it's in our family, it's in strangers, and it's within us and around us at all times. All we need to do is sit in our heart, do the inner work, work with your childhood stuff, whatever comes up. So often in adversity, unhealed childhood wounds get re-triggered. They're there for us to heal them, to see them, to acknowledge them, to work with them. And we can do all of that by leaning into love, by allowing love back into our hearts. So for today, when you go out into this world, wherever you are, please do lean into love. Feel it, how it is around you, no matter your life circumstances, no matter where you live. There's always love around us and within us. We are love. So I would love for you to write a comment underneath what you have noticed today, what you have felt today. Lean into love. Open your heart, open your mind. I'm sending you so much love. This is Marie. Bye for now.